The mother of a toddler who died years ago claims her daughter's spirit is caught on camera.
She had introduced herself and she told us that she had like something like to show us that they had captured on there.
What happens when the soul leaves the body? A question that has kept many scientists restless. Glimpses into the afterlife, and perhaps proof of an existence of life beyond our own. Prepare to be unsettled as we dive into the unknown and witness the departure of the human spirit into another realm. A strange CCTV recording left people baffled. A man had lied down on the roadside to sleep, but something unusual happened during the night. The footage showed him rising, but his body remained still on the ground. It seemed as if his soul had separated from his body and floated away. The eerie clip sparked heated debates online. Some believed it was proof of an out-of-body experience, while others dismissed it as a camera glitch or a visual art. Whether paranormal or technical, the footage has left many wondering about the mysteries of life and beyond. Biker's figure. A chilling incident happened at an intersection when a car collided with a biker. As the bike toppled over, onlookers rushed to the scene. Strangely, a dark, smoky figure hovered near the wreckage. Witnesses were left baffled when one man reached out and appeared to touch the smoke as if it were a solid form. It didn't resemble a person, yet his reaction suggested otherwise. Speculation ran wild. Could this be the biker's spirit lingering at the crash site? And if it was, how is it possible for someone to make contact with something so otherworldly? The footage left everyone speechless. Traveling spirit. Rescuers at the scene of an accident were focused on helping the injured when something strange was caught on camera. As experts tended to the victims, a black smoky figure was seen rising into the sky. The clip quickly went viral online, with many speculating it was the spirit of the deceased leaving their body and beginning their journey to the afterlife. The eerie footage sparked widespread discussion, with some believing it was a supernatural phenomenon, while others considered it a trick of the light. Either way, the footage left everyone wondering about life beyond this world. Lethal sweep. A chilling CCTV clip surfaced, showing a woman sweeping the ground as a man approached. They talked casually and everything seemed normal. Then, without warning, she moved in an unnatural, jerky way, almost like she was seizing. Moments later, she collapsed, and a dark, smoky figure appeared to emerge from her body, floating away. The unsettling footage sparked debates, with some dismissing it as a trick of light or camera error. Others claimed it was proof of the soul leaving the body, while skeptics argue the video continues to haunt viewers, hinting at mysteries far beyond our understanding. Patients gone. A hospital's CCTV captured a chilling moment that sparked endless debate. A man lying motionless on a stretcher became the center of attention when a misty, translucent figure seemed to rise from his body. The eerie shape, almost human-like, floated briefly before fading away. Witnesses and viewers couldn't shake the feeling that they had just seen something extraordinary. Possibly the man's spirit leaving his body. The footage quickly went viral, with some calling it evidence of the soul's existence, while others dismissed it as a trick of the light or camera glitch. Regardless of the explanation, the unsettling moment remains unforgettable, leaving many to speculate about life and beyond. Orbs pickup. During a woman's final moments with her mother, something extraordinary was caught on camera. Shiny, glowing orbs appeared on the footage, floating near her mother's bed. The woman, already dealing with the emotional weight of the moment, believed the orbs were a divine presence, here to guide her mother to the afterlife. While others suggested the orbs were just light reflecting off dust particles, the woman was convinced that something spiritual was happening. The strange phenomenon left her pondering the possibility that what we perceive as the physical world could be intertwined with something more mystical or divine. Another guy recorded footage of similar shiny orbs moving around their mother's hospital bed. Thinking they were an angelic presence, the guy posted the clip online, saying he had captured his mother's soul ascend. Was this really a blessed moment of something else? The mystery remains to be solved. Uninvited guest. A group of friends was hanging out at a house, enjoying their time together. One of them decided to record a casual moment and aimed the camera at a friend standing near the fridge. What the camera captured next sent chills down their spines. A human-like figure seemed to walk behind the fridge. Everyone froze in fear, unable to explain what they had just witnessed. The eerie clip left them shaken, sparking speculation about the mysterious presence in the house. The unsettling footage quickly became the topic of their terrifying night, leaving them with an unforgettable memory of something unexplainable. Woke midnight. A guy was peacefully sleeping when his indoor camera captured something unsettling. A misty figure appeared to emerge from inside his body. According to popular stories, many believe that our souls leave our bodies and travel to another realm during sleep. Could this be the exact moment his soul was leaving? The footage left viewers questioning whether they were witnessing a supernatural event or just a strange glitch in the camera. Whatever it was, it added a chilling layer of mystery to the idea of life beyond sleep. Here's another clip that seemed to have captured another similar incident. This guy was in deep slumber when a dark, cloudy figure appeared, its shadow visible on the wall. Do spirits also have shadows? No one knows. Many have dismissed the clip as a hoax, while others still believe it was the real. Let me know what you think of these awakened spirits in the comments. Stretcher figure. In the middle of night, a hospital security camera captured something eerie. The quiet hallway seemed empty, except for a lone stretcher with a patient lying still. Without warning, a misty figure emerged from the body, drifting upwards into the air. It moved quickly, vanishing into the darkness. Was it the spirit leaving the body, or something else entirely? The footage left everyone wondering, with some questioning what might happen to us after our time on Earth ends. Dark mist. During a live broadcast of an accident, something unexpected and chilling was caught on camera. As the camera focused on the scene, a dark, misty figure moved across the frame, lingering for a moment before vanishing. Viewers watching the broadcast were left stunned, speculating that it was the soul of the deceased, making its way across realms. The eerie figure raised unsettling questions about life after death, and whether the soul truly passes on in such a mysterious manner. The footage quickly went viral, sparking debates and intrigue among those who witnessed it. Lingering pitter-patter.
Who died years ago claims her daughter's spirit is caught on camera.
In 2018, Sandra Gonzalez lost her little daughter to heaven. To honor her, Sandra placed personal belongings on her daughter's grave. Close to midnight, a ghostly figure of a little girl appeared, walking toward the grave and hunched over it as if inspecting the toys. For a moment, it lingered before vanishing once more. At first, Sandra thought it was just a lost child, so she reached out to the groundskeeper. However, the groundskeeper confirmed there was no one there. It might sound unusual, but Sandra is convinced this was her little girl, paying her a much-needed visit from heaven.
Who died years ago claims her daughter's spirit is caught on camera.
Dondon's honor. In 2020, Dondon, a Filipino resident, saw a dog struggling in the river and immediately leapt in to save its life. Although he managed to bring the dog to safety, he couldn't fight against the powerful currents and tragically lost his own. But long before the news of his passing spread, a woman walking by the river reported seeing a bright humanoid silhouette materialize above the water, glowing with an otherworldly light, just moments before it slowly vaporized and disappeared from view. Many believe this glowing figure was, in fact, the spirit of Dondon, peacefully ascending to heaven after completing his final act of kindness. Kitty Tingle. Did you know that cats and many other animals can sense things we can't see? That's why when your pet suddenly starts acting oddly, it's worth paying attention. In this video, we get a glimpse into how one cat reacts to something that isn't immediately visible, but clearly exists. As light orbs begin to approach the camera, at first, it might seem easy to brush them off as just a glitch or a few stray bugs, but the closer these orbs get, the more it becomes clear they carry a strong presence. One so powerful that even the cat senses it. Spooked, she instinctively backs away. Still think this is just a glitch. Stallion's ride. Anyone who's ever lost a beloved pet knows the deep ache of wishing they could just see them one more time. For one man, it seemed that wish may have finally come true. A couple of years after losing his horse, he spotted something unusual. Out of the corner of his eye, a white, ghostly horse silhouette slowly approaching his porch. It moved with a quiet grace before vanishing just moments later. At first, he couldn't believe what he was seeing, but as the figure faded, it became clear this was the spirit of his horse, returning perhaps to wander the pastures once more in search of its owner. Grim failure. This chilling encounter was caught on camera in an apartment lobby late at night. One of the residents was walking home when, out of nowhere, a smoky barrier materialized, see-through, yet strong enough to hold him in place. Before the man could even react, the smoky figure reached out, grabbing a hold of his feet and slowly dragging him down. Desperate to escape, he managed to break free, but not before the terrifying encounter left him shaken. What could this have been? A failed attempt by a grim reaper coming too soon and unable to claim its prize? Whatever it was far from harmless. Friend's revenge.
Getting really cold.
One evening, as Troy Vance tried to start his old car, he suddenly felt a faint yet unmistakable force hit it. At first he brushed it off, maybe just a gust of wind. But then, a chilling cold presence seeped through the air, freezing him in place. Too scared to continue, Troy got out of the vehicle, and there it was, standing right in front of his truck, a ghostly silhouette of a teenager, casually seated as if waiting. He even managed to snap a picture. Later, Troy recognized the figure. It was an old classmate, someone he hadn't seen since their school days, because they had passed away long ago. But I'm sure that's one class reunion he didn't want to attend.
Who's her? Does she not like it when I mess with the truck late at night or what?
Late night apparition. Late at night in Chicoloapan de Juarez, Mexico, a security camera recorded something strange. A smoky figure emerged near a quiet street and nearby dogs began barking furiously, almost like they could see the eerie apparition. People often claim that dogs have the ability to sense things beyond human perception, and this footage seemed to lend credibility to that belief. The misty figure floated away, moving toward the road. As it crossed the pavement, it appeared to shift into a humanoid shape, leaving viewers unsettled. The clip sparked speculations about whether it was paranormal activity, a strange phenomenon, or something entirely explainable. Shadow person. The idea of someone or something lurking in your home without your knowledge is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. A man had an unsettling experience one night when he spotted a strange figure sitting on his sofa. The figure wasn't solid, it appeared dark and misty. As the man stepped closer to get a better look, the entity stood up and seemed to glide away before disappearing completely. He had been dealing with unexplainable occurrences in his home, and this event added to the eerie atmosphere. After posting the footage online, many speculated it could be a shadow person, a mysterious being believed to silently inhabit homes, observing people without revealing itself. Sneaking face. A group of friends out for a walk decided to stop by an old, abandoned house. The area around them was eerily quiet, with nothing out of the ordinary. But as they were looking at the house, one of them suddenly spotted something strange. A pale face peeking out from behind the curtains. It looked unnatural, almost as if the house was more than just abandoned. As the group stared in disbelief, the face seemed to notice the camera and slowly stepped aside, disappearing from view. The friends were left frozen, unsure whether they had witnessed a ghostly presence or something else entirely. In the sky.
Probably the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
A guy was looking out of his window late at night when he noticed something strange hovering in the sky. It appeared to be a humanoid figure moving silently and slowly upward. The eerie silence and the figure's unnatural movements left him wondering about its origin. Some believed it could be an otherworldly UAP, while others speculated it might be a restless spirit. A few even thought it could be something as simple as a weather balloon. Despite all the theories, the mystery of the figure remained unsolved, adding to the intrigue of the night sky. Inside Fighter. A man is walking down an empty road when he notices someone suspiciously following him. As the road remains deserted, the stranger suddenly jumps on him, attempting to steal his belongings. Just when things seem to take a dangerous turn, a shadowy figure appears out of nowhere and pushes the attacker aside, sending him stumbling away. Terrified, the robber quickly runs off, leaving the victim unharmed. The clip left people wondering if the guy had superpowers, or was he in possession of a ghostly entity that protected him so fiercely. Up in the air. A truck driver captured a mysterious image that has quickly gone viral, sparking widespread discussion on social media. The photo, taken from the cab of his truck while driving through Kentucky, shows what many believe to be the soul of a man leaving his body after a fatal motorbike accident. Vasquez, who witnessed the tragic scene, snapped the picture as he passed by, unaware of the eerie phenomenon that would later capture the attention of thousands. After uploading it online, people questioned the supernatural and thought the mysterious question of what happens after we pass away. Chopper ascend. A chopper was transporting a critically ill patient, but what should have been a hopeful journey turned into something chilling. As the helicopter lifted off, a bright white shadow seemed to rise above it, captured on camera. The shadow moved swiftly, vanishing into the sky. Hours later, the patient passed away. Many who saw the footage began to wonder that it was the patient's spirit leaving their body before the chopper even took off. The eerie sight left people questioning the mysteries of what may lie beyond life. Angelic save. The CCTV footage captured a chilling moment that seemed unreal. A person crossing the road narrowly avoided being hit by a speeding car. For a second, it looked as though their untimely end was unavoidable. Then, without warning, a shadowy figure appeared, pulling the individual safely across the street before vanishing. The saved person froze in shock, their confusion mirrored by the driver's stunned reactions. This bizarre event, immortalized on video, left witnesses questioning what they had seen and whether it was something beyond human understanding. Some do believe they've seen an angel. Others think it might be a man with superpowers. Ghostly escape. A woman was reporting live from a pre-dawn cemetery tour, standing just outside the gates. As she spoke into the camera, she couldn't see it, but behind her, just past one of the tombstones, something moved. It hovered for a moment before slipping out of sight again. The woman kept going with her report, unaware, but anyone watching closely could feel something unsettling. Some think this is proof that some souls, after passing, are left to wander the earth, unable to let go, spending their time searching for something they never found. And before dawn, they return to their resting places. Could this shadow caught fleetingly on camera be one of them, or is it something far more sinister? Heavenly getaway. A roadside camera captured the moment a car veered sharply into the wrong lane. At first glance, it seemed focused solely on the driver's reckless maneuver, but something strange appeared in the frame. A brief blinding flash. It resembled a glitch at first, but within seconds, it accelerated at an unnatural speed and disappeared into the night. No one could make out what it was exactly, but witnesses nearby recalled seeing a homeless man lying lifeless on the curb. He had succumbed after what seemed like a long battle with life. Since the footage surface, people have been left puzzled. Was it simply a strange angle catching an unusual reflection, or a soul swiftly moving toward its final resting place? Last sight. In a quiet neighborhood in the US, a CCTV camera positioned high above the streets recorded something peculiar. A bright, glowing object speeding swiftly across the night sky. It wasn't moving like a plane or a cloud, and upon closer inspection, it was clear this wasn't some camera glitch. What was it? The house this strange event was filmed over belonged to an elderly woman who had passed away peacefully in her sleep that very night. Now, the neighbors are beginning to believe that this luminous figure might truly be an angel, or perhaps the spirit of the old woman herself, watching over the place where she once lived. Angel's Landing. Our eyes may not always catch glimpses of angelic figures around us, but that's the beauty of cameras. They reveal what we often can't see with our own sight. Just outside a hospital, the usually quiet corridor suddenly brightens as if filled with unseen light. In a flash, a glowing angelic figure descends there, gliding silently before we can even process what's happening. But thanks to the camera's slow playback, it becomes clear this isn't simply a trick of the light. The figure moves with purpose, distinctly humanoid in form. form. Could this be an actual angel briefly checking in on the world? Or maybe, just maybe, it's the spirit of someone returning one last time to offer a quiet sign of peace. Successful baptism. This video isn't just incredible, it'll make you question everything you've ever thought about the world around us. It was filmed in Honduras during a riverside baptism, where 2 new members wade into the water, surrounded by family and friends cheering them on. At first glance, it looks like steam rising from the river, but something feels off. The air isn't hot enough for steam, and it lingers only above the freshly baptized individuals, not spreading across the entire scene. And what's more, the shape takes on a distinctly humanoid form. It can't be a coincidence. Could this be something far beyond what we can see with our own eyes? Heaven's salutation. You might want to take a closer look at this if you don't believe in angels. Captured by a man inside a mosque, the video shows a devotee standing apart from the rest. While most are praying, dressed in simple dark clothes, this figure stands out with a glowing, almost otherworldly appearance. So bright, it sparks questions about whether it's even human. After all, if someone is there to pray, who says they must be human? This footage has sparked 2 theories. Either it's a soul of extraordinary purity, or maybe, just maybe, it's an angel paying a visit to the mosque. Virgin Mary. 15 years ago, residents in Tapao, Vietnam shook the country when they claimed they had witnessed the Virgin Mary descending to Earth. At first, most people were skeptical, assuming the residents were just stirring up attention. But then came this video, something that left no doubt. The villagers had gathered around a hill to pray when a tall figure slowly emerged from the distance. From afar, it might have looked like a statue, but once it started moving, there was no denying it wasn't a mere figure carved from stone. This wasn't just an image. It was a real-life apparition, perhaps a sign sent to bring the residents peace. Quick save. A 3-wheeler driver was crossing an intersection when a truck suddenly barreled through the red light, heading straight for him. In that split second, turning around, hitting the brakes, or speeding up weren't options. Either way, the driver would have been doomed. But then, out of nowhere, a bright flash appeared, followed by the figure of a humanoid figure. Suddenly, the driver found himself on a parallel road, with a man already tending to him, while the truck driver scrambled out to offer help. Both drivers were too stunned to make sense of what had just happened, and before anyone could get a clear look, the figure quietly disappeared, leaving behind only questions. Spirited away. Groundskeepers see and experience things most of us wouldn't even begin to imagine. After all, graveyards carry a long-standing reputation for being places where evil figures and restless spirits seem to linger. But maybe it's not all darkness. Perhaps some spirits are simply having a hard time moving on, lingering in these places until they can finally accept it's time to let go. This video, captured by a groundskeeper, shows something unusual: bright orbs that seem to appear out of thin air. He believes these orbs aren't just random phenomena. They're either still holding on to something, or perhaps they're the manifestation of angels, visitors from beyond, here to help ease the spirit's transition to the afterlife. Daytona's belief. It feels as though the barrier between our world and the unknown is growing thinner, at least after this, captured on Pastor Menzel Ford's home camera. One night, while he was fast asleep, the alarm on his security system suddenly went off, alerting him to an intruder. When he pulled out his phone, he didn't see a person, just a bright, glowing disc-like object slowly moving. At first, he thought it could be a reflection, or some kind of glitch. But then, as the object shifts, it becomes clear. There's something off. You can see through the disc, making it hard to dismiss as just a camera trick. Whatever it was, it didn't seem to belong to this world. Neighborhood frenzy.
Other kids are being
At first glance, nothing seems unusual, just a man on a walk through the neighborhood casually captured by a homeowner's Ring camera. But watch closely. As he draws nearer to the camera, something strange starts to happen. Little by little, his legs begin to fade away, as though they're slowly vaporizing right before your eyes. And as he continues walking past the house, his entire body starts to turn invisible, leaving only a faint dark silhouette outlining his form. At first, the homeowners thought it must be some kind of camera glitch, but when they spoke to their neighbors, they realized no one had seen this man before, and he wasn't visible in any of the other cameras around the area. Dark follower. The next time you take out the trash, you might want to hurry, because you never know what could be lurking in the shadows. A woman captured something strange on her security camera as her husband stepped outside to dispose of the garbage. At first, it could easily be dismissed as fog or mist, but the way this figure appears is just too eerie to ignore. The shape, pale, translucent, and eerily still, seems almost sentient, as if it can feel and understand. It almost feels like it's watching him on purpose, though for what purpose, none can say. Some things are better left unanswered, but one thing is clear, this figure wasn't there by accident. Victorian hello. Louise Lenton was filming her 5-year-old son as he tried out his new bicycle for the first time when something unexpected caught her attention. In the background, just beyond her son, she spotted an elderly figure watching from a room upstairs. At first glance, it seemed harmless, but here's what's strange. That room hasn't been occupied for years, and no one in the neighborhood matches the description of the figure. Spooked, Louise did some digging and discovered that the building itself dates back to the 19th century, where a Victorian family once lived before the last of their descendants moved away. Now, she's convinced she's captured the spirit of a long-gone Victorian woman, hoping to see her own family returning one day. Soul departure. In a quiet hospital room, an elderly patient lay in a deep coma, his time slowly running out. One night, as the clock struck midnight, something strange happened. A small, white cloud appeared just above his body, floating gently in the air. It hovered for a few moments before drifting upwards toward the ceiling. Nurses who peeked into the room saw nothing unusual when they entered. The next morning, the patient passed away peacefully. Was it the soul departing, or just a strange occurrence? The family would never know, but the mist left an unsettling feeling that lingered in their minds. Prank gone wrong. A man got into a grave as part of a prank, even setting up a camera to capture his antics. At first it was all fun, laughing, joking, but then something strange happened. Without warning, he felt a sudden tug at his shirt just above his stomach, as if something invisible was pulling him upward. He froze in place, his eyes darting around, but there was nobody there. No one visible, no strings, nothing he could see or touch. Panic set in. His heart raced, his breathing quickened, but he couldn't explain what was happening. He shouted, desperately trying to shake off the sensation, but the feeling persisted. And that's why you don't mess with graveyards. Mother's wish.
A Metro Atlanta mom says it actually shows her son's ghost.
Many people who experience loss often report seeing their loved ones everywhere, as if they're still somehow with them. Jennifer Hodge and her daughter were watching TV one evening when their home security app suddenly pinged, alerting them of an intruder. Fearing the worst, Jennifer quickly grabbed her phone, only to be met with a strange, ghost-like figure. A figure that unmistakably looked exactly like her young son who had passed away just months earlier. Disbelieving what she was seeing, Jennifer searched her entire house, but there was no one there. Now she's certain that her son returned one last time to check in on her, and somehow let her know he's still nearby.
A Metro Atlanta mom says it actually shows her son's ghost.
Now it's time for today's open discussion. In 2015, a group of Japanese students set out to conduct a unique experiment, hoping to explore the mysteries of astral projection, an out-of-body experience where the soul supposedly separates from the body, wanders the earth, and eventually returns. To test this, they attached sensors to a woman who had claimed to experience astral projection multiple times before. Slowly, a transparent silhouette began to emerge from her body. It glided silently away, moving through the room. Meanwhile, the woman drifted into a deep dreamlike state, and just as mysteriously, the spirit gradually returned to her body, seamlessly reconnecting. The footage left the students speechless. Now they believe they've caught undeniable proof of the soul's ability to leave the physical form. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.